On Monday night, Andrew Tarbell posted a 6-save clean sheet to help Houston Dynamo FC advance in the league's cup. It was just another highlight in an MLS career full of highlights.
I just feel incredibly fortunate, to stick around as long as I have. I'm really proud of that fact, and I've worked really hard, to play as long as possible. And I've got my wife Caroline and 2 kids now, and we've really, it's a huge part of our life, and it's just been a real blessing to get to go on this adventure and represent my state and local club and all that kind of stuff.
The adventure started in Mandeville, Louisiana, where Tarbell started soccer at a young age, but not always as a goalkeeper.
I started playing, as young as I can remember, just local stuff at Pelican Park, and the first time I really took a strong interest in it was U11 Premier Lakers, with Coach Mike Ortner, and he's the one. And at that age, 11, 12 was really when I started to play goalkeeper and really like it.
Were you thrown into it, or was it something you wanted to do?
It's funny. I remember we just needed a goalie, and I was switching off halves with my buddy Andrew McGinnis, and we'd go back and forth for years. It was till I was probably U16, U17 until I was full time.
He played at Fontainebleau High School, where he excelled and created memories that he still cherishes today.
It was a ton of fun. Got to play in big games against Mandeville, St. Paul's, where people would come out, and it meant a lot to represent your school. So I loved it. It was awesome.
While at Fontainebleau, Tarbell also played with the New Orleans Jesters, an experience that helped shape him as a person and a player.
I played for, I think it was a year and a half, and that was huge for me to be a young 16-year-old playing against grown men, traveling, all that kind of stuff, kind of getting my first taste of real competitive, grown adult soccer.
He wasn't highly recruited at Fontainebleau, but a trip to Clemson soccer camp would change his life.
Just showed up at camp, just a regular camper, and I did really well my first day. I ended up making the all-star game of the camp. They had one every night. And I remember playing in the game at night, and we got to play against the college kids, and I played really well. And my second day at camp, Coach Mike Noonan drove up, in his truck at the field that I was playing at that day, and took me up to his office and said, "Hey, we want you to come to Clemson."
Tarbell made 55 starts as a Tiger, and in 2015 notched a huge accomplishment as he helped Clemson to the finals of the College Cup.
Well, we won an ACC championship the year before that. That was really special. That was a lot of fun to win that championship, and then we got knocked out the 16 in the national tournament. And then the next year, to make it to the national final was fantastic, to have a really good run. Ultimately came up short, but was really proud of that team.
Tarbell's play at Clemson generated pro interest and landed him on the radar of the coaching staff with the San Jose Earthquakes.
I was in San Jose at the time, and we tracked him, and he appeared to be not only a good goalkeeper, but a good person, and we did some of our follow-up, and it's kind of an unusual, we usually don't draft goalkeepers, but in this case we did. We drafted him early in that first round, and it worked out great. He's been a real asset to every club that he's been on.
That would begin a relationship between Hanley and Tarbell that has spanned 3 squads to their current time together in Houston.
He's been a starter, he's been a backup, he's had to deal with a lot of stuff, and his character is enough to sort of carve out that long career. Everyone loves him, everyone thinks the world of him.
They also love him for what he brings to their trophy cases. Tarbell has been a part of an MLS Cup in Columbus in 2020, and most recently helped lead the Dynamo to the US Open Cup title last year.
Got to play in every one of those games. I was really happy with, to be available for those games and get to play, and to win a trophy and participate and all that kind of stuff. It was really special. And my family, Coach Mike Ortner and his wife were there at the game in Miami. That was really special. It was a full circle moment for me to come out of that tunnel. Huge game, huge crowd, trophy on the line. And I could see my family right out of the tunnel, on the other side of the stands, and I was like, man, this is gonna be a great night. The other one was MLS Cup 2020. I got to play 2 of the playoff games. The quarterfinal and the Eastern Conference final, and I got 2 clean sheets. So to play a role in that and win an MLS Cup was special.
Tarbell is now nearly a decade into his MLS career, where he has played for 4 teams and won 2 major trophies. Not bad for a kid from Mandeville.
I messaged the kids in Mandeville, and I can do it, other kids have done it. You know, there's other guys out of New Orleans and Mandeville, girls, guys that can do it. And, you know, if you put the time in and the work in and you're good enough, you know, people will find you and you'll get an opportunity and take advantage of those opportunities. And before you know it, you're 9 years into a pro career. So, yeah, truly blessed.
It has been a great career for Tarbell, one that continues to produce highlights and memories for the Louisiana native. In Houston, I'm Paul Boron.